Australia's new minimum wage loses about $135 before payday. Do you know what your legal hourly rate is today? We'll trace the new rate from headline to bank account, then show what the same hour costs the employer, because those are not the same number. First payoff. The headlines blended two different rises. In June, the Fair Work Commission handed down its annual wage review. Award minimum wages, the legal pay floors for almost 2.8 million workers across retail, hospitality, care, and more, went up 4.75%. But the national minimum wage, the general minimum for adult employees not covered by an award or agreement, went up 6%, from $948 a week to $1,004.90, from $24.95 an hour to $26.44. Two increases, two different numbers, one blurry headline. Now we move from the headline to the payslip. Call our worker Sam. Sam works full-time in retail on the national minimum, 38 hours a week at $26.44 an hour. That is $1,004.90 a week, or about $52,000 a year. But gross pay is not what lands in the bank. So let's run Sam's $1,000 through the tax machine. Here is the second payoff. The first $18,200 of Sam's year is tax-free. The next slice, up to $45,000, is taxed at 15 cents in the dollar. The slice above $45,000 is taxed at 30. Add the 2% Medicare levy, then subtract the low-income tax offset. Roughly $7,000 goes to income tax and Medicare for the year. Sam's actual take-home pay is about $870 a week. If that gap surprised you, the like genuinely helps this reach workers who still read the headline as take-home pay. Next, put that bank deposit beside rent. In the same week Sam's pay rise landed, Domain's June quarter report put Sydney's median house rent at $850 a week, and its median unit rent at $780. Sam takes home about $870. A median Sydney house would leave about $20. A median unit about $90. Those are comparisons, not a claim that one minimum wage worker rents either property alone. People share. If Sam paid $300 for a room, it would take about 34% of his take home. The squeeze is arithmetic. That is two of the biggest numbers. Here is the detail most headlines miss. Almost nobody is actually on the full-time national minimum wage. The Commission says the national minimum proper covers a negligible share of workers. The much bigger award-reliant group is predominantly part-time, casual, and concentrated in female-dominated industries, including retail, hospitality, and care. Where the adult base and standard 25% casual loading apply, the casual minimum is $33.05 an hour. Casuals generally receive no paid annual or sick leave and have no firm advance commitment to ongoing work. You know, one person checking only the hourly headline, send them this video. For most affected workers, the real variable is the hours. Now we close the employer side of the loop. A small cafe paying that casual rate starts at $33.05 an hour. Add 12% superannuation. From this July, employers generally pay super at the same time as wages, and it generally must reach the fund within 7 business days, subject to limited exceptions. Add compulsory workers' compensation insurance. Payroll tax can also apply once a state's wage threshold is crossed. The direct cost is around $38 an hour or more. Businesses may respond through some combination of prices, hours, productivity, staffing decisions, or margins. Which combination and by how much is what the country argues about. We have followed both money paths. So was the rise a good idea? Both sides brought real arguments. Unions sought 6% across award wages, arguing inflation had outrun wages and lower paid workers had the least buffer. Employer groups proposed rises from 2 to just under 4%, warning that faster increases could flow into prices or reduced hours and could not solve housing supply. The Commission landed between them and said fully closing the real wage gap was not practicable in the current uncertain circumstances. My read is that the wage rise is real relief, but it cannot repair housing costs. Do you know what your legal hourly rate is today? Yes or no? Put that answer in the comments after you check it. Final practical payoff. 3 checks worth keeping. 1. Use the Fair Work Ombudsman's free pay and conditions tool to check the minimum for your award and classification. The rise starts from the first full pay period on or after the 1st of July. 2. If you are casual, use the Fair Work calculator to confirm your rate includes the applicable loading. Then check your superfund history. Contributions generally must reach the fund within 7 business days of payday, subject to limited exceptions. 3. Compare housing costs with gross household income. Above 30% is a common possible stress indicator for lower income households, not a complete affordability test. Save this card for your next payslip or rent review. So here is the honest takeaway. The $1,000 minimum wage is real, and the increases matter. But wages and housing are 2 different machines. Raising one does not repair the other. Our full-time example is better off after the rise, yet about $870 reaches the bank from $1,004.90 gross. The examples in this video are general information, not personal financial, tax, employment, or renting advice. Awards, tax settings, hours, and household costs differ. So check current official information for your situation. One headline cannot tell this story. You need the rate, the hours, and the costs around them. Next, watch HECS Debt, actually explained, because a wage change can alter compulsory repayments and the balance in your bank account. New video every Tuesday. Subscribe for the next Australian money system breakdown.